I'm making this video for the probably 5 people who will watch it, but mainly for myself. This is a video for the thoughts into 2025, leaving 2024, and what did I work on in 2024? What am I going to work on in 2025? And hopefully that this serves to help inspire you, and even the greater thing, to be able to look back in 20 years from now and being like, this is where it all started. This was the beginning of it. One of the things I love seeing is like Gary Vee has done a great job of documenting himself and having predictions based in, years to come. And it being like, see, I said it 20 years ago or whatever it was. Another thing that I love seeing is you hear stories about Jim Carrey, for example. He used to, when he was coming up and when he was struggling as an actor, he would go up to the Hollywood Hills off Mulholland Drive, and he said he would manifest and just literally envision himself as the highest paid actor, and he wrote himself a check for $10 million to himself, from himself, for being an actor. And he said then years later, he I forget exactly the details, but he then years later made $10 million. I think it was off The Mask, and he did it, and so it really takes, and I say all of this from the standpoint of like it, looking into this new year and looking at like, it takes that, you could say, visualization, that manifestation, I like to use the word postulating, it's to envision that in the future and to really then like bring it into present time. And you really work at achieving your goals. And I really believe it starts with knowing what you want your goals are. Like, what are your goals? And for me, looking at 2025 is like, I look at across aspects of my life. There's not just, me, wealth, but like how I need to ensure that all aspects of my life are growing. From myself and my body to, how is it my relationship with my wife, my family, my brothers, my parents, my sister, to then my friends, my church, my, the different groups that I have and that I'm in, to then how am I helping the larger, view of mankind? Like, what philanthropy work am I doing this year? What are my goals in terms of helping more than just myself? Even as silly as like, what do I, how is my relationship with my dog? But like, it really takes looking at all aspects of your life when you want to really manifest that future. Like, so one of the things looking at this year is producing and releasing a lot more film content. So originally, at New Year's, I looked at it and I was like, okay, 400 minutes of released content. And I broke that down to basically around 8 minutes a week. And it was wild because then I did my first video of the year and it was already 8 minutes and 15 seconds long. So I already, you could say, did that. And I was like, wow. And my goal is I want to release a long form YouTube video a day. So that doesn't even count any of the short forms. I was like, I already hit I was like, okay, I might need a harder target. And so I looked at it as, okay, I actually want to go for 1,500 minutes of released content. That means 30 minutes of content a week, every week of the year. And one of the things I like to do when I look at targets is I try to look at the outflow. Like, what am I producing in terms of goals? Because that's the thing I can really causatively, like, that I can control. That is the thing that I know that I'm either I did it or I didn't do it. Rather than like, I made $1 million. Well, like, okay, that's a great goal to have, or, I want to, whatever, you want to achieve something, but if it's an inflow, you're less able to control it. Rather than, hey, look, I'm going to go for this goal And it's something that like I'm going to lose, like for example, I want to get down to 12% body fat. I can actively achieve that. I can actually look at the scale and go, okay, great, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down. Oh, hey, it's not going down enough. Great, let me eat healthier. Let me work out more. Let me do whatever I need to do to achieve that goal. So just something interesting to look at when you look at your kind of New Year's resolutions, when your targets. Another thing that I'm kind of, again, as I said, making this video for you, for myself, so and for posterity's sake. One of the things that I like to do is write down all my goals, having had achieved them. So I released 400 minutes of content. I released or at least 1,500 minutes of content, right? I am 12%, not I will be 12% body fat. I am 12% body fat, because it really puts that goal, again, in present time, in reality, in now, which I think is a very important thing, rather than like, there's a story of a mentor of mine that I love, which is he changed, and this is why I do it, is because he changed his how he said it. He changed it from "I will quit smoking," because then you're always "I will quit," It's always tomorrow, rather than "I don't smoke." Even if he's smoking, he's like, "I don't smoke. I'm not a smoker." So then he's not a smoker. He stopped smoking, rather than I will quit. I'm not a smoker. I'm going to quit smoking. So it's a different mindset, which I think is very interesting to think with and to apply. Another thing that I'm going to be pushing more this year is targets and getting things accomplished by certain dates and certain times. So like, okay, great. I know I need to, going back to the film idea, it's like, I know I want to do 1,500 minutes of released content. I know then that's 30 minutes of released content every week. And so I can break that down to going, okay, great. I need to get all of that done every week, every day, however it might be, to achieve that target. And the larger thing with that is consistency. I'm not trying to up my minutes every week, but I'm trying to go, okay, can I do this for 52 weeks? At one time, a couple of years back, I did I think it was 60, 70 days of vlogging in a row. I had done 30 before, or I'd done 20, I think 28 before, and then I got too slammed with work and I couldn't do it anymore. And then I did it again for 60 or 70 days, and now I'm trying to go for a year of doing it, but I'm going to do it differently, and I'm doing it differently this time. But the big thing is consistency. How long can I do the same actions? That's something that I'm learning from a handful of my mentors, is it's not doing new or innovative actions. It's just doing the same thing over and over and over. It's the reps in the gym. It's the reps of time doing it over and over and over. That's what leads to success. So that's coming down to making videos, come down to literally losing weight, to doing any goal that you want to achieve, comes down to doing it over and over and over again. And so that's definitely one of the things I'm working on this year, is don't worry about doing larger quantities, but doing it consistently. Even if it's, you could say, lower reps, but can I do it more days in a row? And the more days in a row compounded leads to success. It's as simple as that. A great book that talks about that is Atomic Habits, is a fantastic example of that. The last thing that I want to add is, which was an interesting thing that got me thinking, was another mentor saying, what are you willing to sacrifice to achieve your goals? It says, every time you want to achieve a goal, you have to sacrifice something. And it got me thinking of what am I willing to sacrifice? Or what do I need to sacrifice? Because, you instantly oh, well, more time with my wife, or more, I don't see my friends as much, or, and it actually isn't that. You don't actually have to sacrifice that, because those are things that you should do. you should spend time on your relationships. Those are going to help you in life. But look at what the time you are wasting. And for me, like, it's stupid and silly, but it's like spending time looking at social media. I don't need to do that. Spending time playing games on my phone. Like, those aren't helping me achieve my goals. For me, it was like looking at what are the things that I'm spending time on that are not helpful. That extra 30 minutes of sleep, or while I'm lying in bed not getting up. I'm, spending time not being productive when I should be to achieve my goals. When I'm, do I need to rewatch another season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, even though I've watched it all 4 times already, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. I don't know how many times. How I Met Your Mother, New Girl, right? Do I still need to watch it again? Or would my time better be spent reading a book that would help me? Watching maybe a new movie that I've never seen before and learning from that. What are the things that I need to sacrifice that are old habits, that are, you could say, bad habits, but that are habits nonetheless? Like, I just want to sit and watch a movie. Okay, well, would it be better use of my time? Like, for example, it is going to be a better use of my time to go take a walk with my wife. I'll be working out. I'll be spending time with my wife and take my dog on the walk with me. I'll spend time with my dog. My dog gets to go out of the house and gets to sniff around, like, makes her happier. It makes my wife happier. My wife and I get to go work on our goals and look at, like, what does our future look like, and keep mocking that up so that we can achieve to it. We can talk over strategy on how do we want to achieve our goals, rather than watching 2 episodes of Brooklyn Nine-Nine or How I Met Your Mother or Friends for the 18th time. So it's an interesting thing to look at, like, what am I willing to sacrifice? What do I need to sacrifice to achieve my goals? Just an interesting thing to look at for yourself and for me, of what I'm looking at this year of in terms of sacrifice of, maybe I'm not getting 9 hours of sleep, but I'm getting 8 hours of sleep. Or look at the time I'm wasting. I'm talking in circles now. So I'll leave you with this. Your goals are for you. You don't need to tell anyone your goals. You don't owe it to anybody, but you owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to first create your goals, because no one's going to create them for you. And second of all, you then owe it to yourself to achieve the goals. So go out, make 2025 the biggest year yet. Focus on discipline. Focus on discipline. It all comes down to discipline. Where if you're struggling with anything, it just comes down to discipline and doing it. And the way that it's helped me with discipline is finding the right gradient, finding the right level that you can confront and doing that. And keep it that simple. Keep it simple for yourself and just focus on repetition over and over. So I always love using the gym as an example, or working out as an example. If you can't run a mile every day, what about walk a mile every day? If you can't walk a mile every day, what if walk half a mile every day? If you can't walk half a mile every day, walk to the end of your street and back. And just start with that. Just walk every day, just to your end of your street and back. Good. Go 2 blocks. Now go 3 blocks. Or now go run it. Then build it up. And if the moment you're like, skip today, well, go back down again. Go back to the walking down to the end of the street and back. Whatever that walk to the end of the street and back is for you. And whatever in your career, in your relationships, in whatever it might be in your goals. But find the thing that you can do every day and do it. And then do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. And the only time when you start feeling a little bit more comfortable, then you can raise it up a little bit if you want a little challenge. And then do that, but then stay there and be consistent at it. Well, I hope this helps you. I hope you set some big goals. If you want to, and if you're willing to, write your goals down in the comments. I would love to see them because I'm rooting for you. And I know you can achieve it. And if there's no one in your corner, I'm in your corner. I got you. I love you. If you need any help, feel free to reach out. And I'm here for you. I hope to, help be a mentor for you like others have been for me, and to be honest, how I wish others were for me. So if I can help you, let me know. Otherwise, have a killer, unbelievably productive 2025, and I hope you achieve all the goals that you set out for yourself.